Hello best learners, this is Mustafa here at Learn with the Best, and today we're going to be discussing Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Law number 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. In this video, I'm going to define the law for you, and then we'll go over a short story, and we'll finish by strategizing how we can employ this law on our own path to gaining maximum power. Here's the law. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. In the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you, for a king respects himself and inspires the same sentiment in others. By acting regally and confident of your own powers, you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown. Once upon a time, thousands of years ago, the king of Greece made an announcement at the Olympic Games. "I have a daughter," he began, "and she is to be wed to the finest man in all of Greece. If you believe that you are this man, then please come forth and present yourself." All of the men who believed themselves worthy were invited to stay on the royal grounds, where the king would test them for 1 full year and then pick the best to wed his daughter. The king tested their mental ingenuity, their physical prowess, and their temper thresholds. But above all, the most important thing was their mannerisms at the dinner table. After a full year, only 2 men were left, and of the 2, Hippocrates was preferred. On the day that the king was to make the proposal, he hosted the largest dinner party that the city had ever seen. Everyone was eating and drinking and having a grand time. Hippocrates knew that he was the favored one, and so he let himself go a little bit. He drank, and then he drank some more, and then he drank again. And with each drink, he got a little more free. He started dancing like a fool. All the while, the king was watching. The king stayed silent until Hippocrates decided to climb up on the dinner table. He made a handstand and he danced with his legs up in the air. Finally, the king had had enough, and he shouted at the man, "Hippocrates, you fool! You have danced yourself out of a marriage." So where did Hippocrates go wrong? He had beaten all of the other men who had held themselves in such high regard, all of those who had believed that they were good enough to marry the king's daughter. But at the very last minute, Hippocrates lost his composure. When you are not a king, as most of us are not, but you want to be treated like a king, you have to deceive yourself first so that you yourself start to believe that you really are kingly. But this goes a step further, because you are practicing a sort of deceit on yourself. If you do not truly feel it in your bones, in your blood, and in your very soul, then it will unravel, just as it did for poor Hippocrates. Always remember that if you want to be a king, then you have to treat yourself as a king first. Treat yourself with respect and dignity, even when no one else is watching. Do it for long enough and it will become a part of your subconscious. I want to go deeper into the strategies available to us in order to make this shift. But before we do that, I want to shamelessly plug my course into the middle of this video, because that's what you're supposed to do as a YouTuber. If you want to transform yourself from a lamb to a lion, then check out my course pinned in the top comment below. I teach you the importance of time and how you can manage your time in order to achieve your dreams and your life purpose. Let's be honest here. The majority of the population are sheep, taking part in the 9-to-5 rat race of life, not enjoying their work and never fulfilling or even finding their life purpose. You go to work, you come home, you eat a pizza, you watch the newest TV show, and day by day, month by month, decade by decade, your life passes you by, and you've never achieved your goals in life. So let me be your sensei. I will give you the tools that you need for success. But keep in mind, this is not a magic pill, and it will require hard work on your part. You have to follow what I teach, and you have to put in the work on yourself on a daily basis. So if you're interested, then again, check out my course pinned in the top comment below. Okay, let's get back into it. So like I was saying, in order to deceive our subconscious into believing that we truly are kingly, Robert Greene has created the strategy of the crown for us. And this is based on a simple chain of cause and effect. If we believe that we are destined for great things, our belief will radiate outwards, just as a crown creates an aura around a king. This radiance will infect the people around us, and they will believe that we must have reasons to feel so confident in ourselves. And people who wear crowns seem to have no limit to what they can accomplish. Use the strategy of the crown, and you will be surprised by how often it bears fruit. Through all of history, people of humble origins have managed to work the strategy of the crown, believing so firmly in their own greatness that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The trick is quite simple. Be overcome by your self-belief, even while you know that you are practicing a kind of deception on yourself. This crown may separate you from other people, but it is up to you to make that separation real. You have to act differently. Act with dignity, and do not confuse being kingly with being arrogant. Arrogance may seem like a king's entitlement, but in fact it is simply insecurity, and it is the very opposite of a royal demeanor. It is up to you to set your own price. Ask for less, and that is exactly what you will receive. Ask for more, and even if you're turned down, it will nevertheless send a signal that you are worth a king's ransom. People will respect you for your confidence. The idea behind the assumption of regal confidence is to set yourself apart from other people, but if you take this too far, then it can be your own undoing. Never for a second believe that you can elevate yourself by humiliating others. So, personally speaking, I really do believe in this law, but I have struggled with it for a huge chunk of my life. It does come more easily to me now that I'm older and more experienced in life, and I don't know if age or experience has anything to do with it, but there definitely is a mental shift that has to take place, and it doesn't just happen overnight. This law really is not like the other laws insofar as being able to put it to use right away. I mean, sure, you can start acting more kingly right now, but to really feel it, to really sense the power in your bones. I do think that this is one power that comes to us after we have gained a sort of mastery over a majority of the other laws of power, and after we have gained a better understanding of our true self. What I would suggest is to definitely learn this law, but come back to it again after you have watched all of my other videos on the 48 laws. Gain a sort of wisdom over the other laws, and then come back to this one at the end, and it will come to you a little more easily and a little more naturally. Okay, I think we should end the video here. If you like my YouTube content and you want to support the creation of more content, then please check out my Patreon link pinned in the top comment below. I upload new videos every Friday for my Patreon subscribers that go deeper into my life regarding the 48 laws. These videos are a bit more raw and untamed than my usual videos here on YouTube. And if you're a patron of mine already, then I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it's people like you that truly make all of this even possible in the first place. Please don't forget to simply subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and make sure you hit that bell icon so YouTube can let you know exactly when a new video is uploaded. I hope you enjoyed this animated video on Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. And remember, you only retain about 10% of what you learned the first time around, so watch this video through a few times and then come back to it again and again in order to really understand and ingrain all of the material into your mind. And by now, there is a pretty good backlog of videos on the 48 Laws of Power, so please go back and watch my videos again. Thanks, and I'll see you next time for Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, Law number 35. Oh, jeez. Try that again.